In continuation of the decisions, remember, made by the Cabinet Committee on Security in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack, the government of India now has decided to suspend visa services. This, remember, is for all Pakistani nationals with immediate effect. This means that all the existing valid visas issued by the country to Pakistani nationals stand revoked with effect from 27th of April 2025. The medical visas are valid only till the 29th, and all Pakistani nationals currently in the country have to leave India before the expiry of the visas, as is now coming clear. Our colleague Vishnu has been breaking that story and he joins us live. Vishnu, what more are we learning? And clearly this tells us that the steps that we heard yesterday were just the very first steps, and there is a lot more possibly that New Delhi could right now be looking at doing.
Well, I think there's no doubt about that, but this is perhaps the sternest sort of measure taken by India. It follows yesterday's Cabinet Committee on Security announcements where the Indus Water Treaty, which has stood through various wars between India and Pakistan, has been suspended unilaterally by India. But today, it's quite clear Pakistani nationals, all of them, are no longer welcome in this country. And Indian nationals who are in Pakistan have been told, please come back. So I'm going to read large parts of this press release, which we broke first here on NDTV. We were given these details in continuation of the decisions made by the Cabinet Committee on Security in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack. The government of India has decided to suspend visa services to Pakistani nationals with immediate effect. In other words, any Pakistani national looking to come to India for any reason will not be given a visa. All existing valid visas issued by India to Pakistani nationals stand revoked with effect from the 27th of April 2025. So even if you have an Indian visa and are a Pakistani national, you can no longer enter this country. That visa is no longer valid. Very significantly, medical visas issued to Pakistani nationals will be valid only till the 29th of April 2025. So a grace period of only 2 days, irrespective of the condition of the Pakistani national who may be receiving medical assistance by the 29th or on the 29th, latest, they have to leave this country. All Pakistani nationals currently in India must leave India before the expiry of visas as now amended. So that is what the government has now decided, and as significantly, and I'd like to reiterate that this is as important as the bit on Pakistani nationals, is that Indian nationals are strongly advised to avoid traveling to Pakistan. Those Indian nationals currently in Pakistan are also advised to return to India at the very earliest. So, I think this is serious. These are steps which nations usually advise their nationals ahead of something much larger coming. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, will there be military strikes, particularly given the very sharp remarks made by the Prime Minister, the Cabinet Committee on Security, and the Defence Minister? We don't know that as yet. There are multiple military possibilities, but also the possibility of concerted action over a period of time, whether it is targeted assaults or some other military moves against terrorists and terrorist handlers, whether in Pakistan or anywhere in the world. But that's something which the government needs to decide. We aren't going there yet, but I can tell you that this is perhaps the strongest step announced by India. It is since we decided to suspend the Indus Water Treaty, a move which can potentially impact the lives of millions of Pakistanis.
Absolutely. And Vishnu, the bit where the Prime Minister today has gone all out against this war on terror, many are saying that this is just an indication of the things to come. You've seen that all-important CCS, at the end of which these are important and stern steps, like you also just underscored, that have been announced. What are you hearing from sources that you are speaking to within the establishment? Because Pakistan has tested our patience for far too long, Vishnu, and clearly kinetic options are not off the table yet.
Well, all options exist on the table, but you cannot ask a military planner if you're going to be attacking Pakistan. They will simply look the other way. Because when an attack has to happen, it'll happen. None of us are going to be told about that. But whether it will happen at all is something that we need to wait and see. The nature of the attack, if it happens, again, there are multiple options. Let's not forget about maritime options, the option of perhaps strikes along the line of control, airstrikes. All of this needs to be factored in. But I think Deepthi, one key aspect in all of this is that if there are military strikes by India on Pakistan, then Pakistan will retaliate. And that is something that our military planners will be looking at very carefully. Can you calibrate or right-size a military assault against Pakistan? Is it your intention to do so? Do you believe that you will be able to repel, for example, a potential Pakistani counter-air strike or air superiority missions which may be flown if there are Indian air assaults prior to that? You know, it's all something which is at one level a cat and mouse game, but very hard decisions would need to be taken. So I think it's important not to go there yet, but I think based on what we've heard, the very strident, direct remarks by the Prime Minister, Defence Minister, the Cabinet Committee on Security, that there is a certain direction we may be headed to.